What's up, family? Welcome back to another legendary top of the movie reaction video. Let's go.
Hey guys, this is Dominique Wilkins.
Hey, this is Sean Kemp.
This is Gary Payton.
Hey, this is Pau Gasol.
NBA fans, what's up? This is Vince Carter here.
Hey, what's up? This is Matt Barnes. If you're an old school NBA fan like I am, make sure you check out the Basketball Time Machine with my man Sean David.
Let's get it.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Basketball Time Machine. I'm your host, Sean David.
Look at all them jerseys. That joint's tough.
Thanks for tuning in. Let's talk some old school NBA basketball. Now, today's episode, I want to talk about my favorite point guard of the 1990s, John Stockton. And there is this, I don't want to say rumor, but many people say that he was overrated. And me being a John Stockton fan, I can't just accept that. So in today's episode, I want to prove and show you guys that John Stockton was not overrated. If anything, he might be.
Hey, how's it going, Sean Kemp?
If anything, he might be underrated. That's what he was going to say. Well, let's get this ad over with, man.
I highly recommend.
Underrated. But before we get to that, let me give a quick shout out to the Patreons of this episode. Thanks a lot, you guys, for supporting the show as always. It's really appreciated. And I would say, without any more blah blah, let's get right into today's episode.
I've always said I think John Stockton is the perfect point guard.
Stock right side, Stock down the middle, underneath the below, and dunk!
Not with the scoop pass, though.
Oh, baby, what a play by Stockton!
His sense of where he was on the floor, his peripheral vision.
It's like watching an artist work, John Stockton.
You'd say, how did he see him? Huh? Oh, he's over there. Boom, he throws the pass over there.
What a pass, John Stockton!
He's one of the few guys could pass a basketball where players wanted it. To me, it's phenomenal.
He's got him low. The mailman jumps it, shot up, it's in! He did it! He did it! A new NBA assist king, John Stockton!
So how am I going to approach this video? Well, basically, I could show you a summary of John Stockton's career and show you how good he was, but I want to approach it a little bit different. I want to divide this video into categories and show you how good he was in any specific categories. And the first one that I want to start with is defense. In today's game, if a player is a great two-way player who can not only score the basketball, but also defend well, he automatically gets a lot of recognition. Players like Klay Thompson or Kawhi Leonard come to mind. Now, back in the days when defense was taken way more seriously, there were simply more players who were amazing on both ends of the floor. Guys like a Michael Jordan, a Scottie Pippen, a Joe Dumars, a Hakeem Olajuwon, a David Robinson. I mean, you get the idea. But because there were many players who were built this way, it was not such a big deal. But let's put things in the right perspective. Stockton was never the most athletic guy on the court, but because of his great basketball IQ, he was always positioned well. And there was a reason why he
got a long arm length, like a long wingspan.
is still the all-time leading player in steals. He would never back down from any challenge, guarding the greatest players of all time and also doing a great job in that. Now let's have a look at some defensive plays of John Stockton.
Pippen working on Russell. Double team, Stockton comes over and steals with Jordan on his left. His pass knocked away by Stockton, who flipped.
John Stockton is such a tough guy. You watch the dunk attempt missed. Now watch Stockton step in here. He knows he's going to get smoked by Michael Jordan. Forces him to take his eye off the target and look at him. And Michael missed the easy shot. And
Dampier, pocket picks. All-time leading steals leader in the NBA.
Now when we talk about the most
He seemed pretty athletic, pretty speedy on the court.
Richest player in NBA history. The names that come to mind are Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Reggie Miller, but nobody is talking about John Stockton. I have no idea why, because John Stockton was one of the few players when the game was on the line, he was there. Let's have a look.
They break off. They go down the right corner to Stockton. He'll jump a three-pointer. It's good. Stockton.
7.2.
He should have stayed with him. He should have stayed with him, Bob.
90-89 with 7.
I can tell you, my man he's very calm and very athletic and very great under pressure. I'll tell you that.
Gets it a second.
Lobs it up front. Oh, almost a steal, but Jordan got it. Stock steals it. Stockton steals it. To Blue Edwards. He'll drive. He'll hang. He scores.
Stockton for three. Off the bench and onto the half court. Stockton, open three. Hit! John Stockton sends the Utah Jazz to the NBA Finals.
Freak off of here and go down the side. They do. Stock's got it. He's got running room. Stockton, grab, hang it up. It's good. It's good. The Jazz win it.
Game 4 of the NBA Finals with the Bulls up 2 games to 1. And Jordan comes up court. Stockton fires down on the line. And the Jazz have taken a 1-point lead.
Now, of course, when we talk about John Stockton, the first thing that comes to mind was that John Stockton is this incredible passer, and many people believe that he was just a good passer because of Karl Malone, because they ran the pick and roll to perfection. And this is only partly true. Of course, he had many assists with Karl Malone, but he had, in general, this great court vision. He could find the open man. He could see the tiniest gaps. And I want to show you some of his incredible passes, proving that he was not only a good passer because of Karl Malone. Let's have a look.
3-on-3. Stockton cuts away from Tucker. Eaton picks off the errant Nick pass.
That's a good pass.
And Bailey again. I think that 14. Seen at the guard position. Oh, look at that.
I think they playing against Patrick Ewing.
Breaking the other way.
It shows you the confidence that Jerry Sloan has in Keyalmight, that he's on the floor now in these crunch time minutes.
Stockton to Karolinko. Utah about to make it 3 straight wins, 9 of their last 12. This is a team that started the season at 6-11. They will go to the 500 mark. Karolinko.
The next point that I want to talk about is John Stockton's toughness and psychology on the court. Now, most fans appreciate the way Dennis Rodman played his game, tough and also with a bit of an edge. And John Stockton was basically the same, just with his own style. And this is something that he simply can't rank high enough.
John Stockton was one of the toughest guys I ever played against there. We had a series in the playoffs. It was our first series in Sacramento, and we were playing against Utah. Great Karl Malone and Stockton, and I felt that our team was in awe of them. We were younger, and so I told Coach Alderman before the game, I said, on the first play of the game, I'm going to lay Stockton's ass out. And Coach said, are you sure? I said, yeah. I said, trust me, Coach, it's the first game. We just need to do it. Like, you know, they're prepared for everything that's coming. They don't expect it. I lay him out on the screen. I'm talking about I lay him out, one of the best screens I ever did. Got my shoulder kind of in that head area, too, to kind of make it a little dirty. He pops up off the ground, pats me on the butt, and says, nice screen. Do you know how demoralizing that is?
And we played Utah 2 years in a row, 6 games. So
cut the cable with Fios Home Internet and cut your internet.
The legendary player and the legendary coach.
Fios Home Internet. Cable.
12 games against John Stockton. And I have the greatest respect for him. I see him away from the court, love him, great guy. But he was
Kenny still looked the same, bro.
Dirty bastard.
Oh!
Whoa! Dirty bastard! Whoa! Steve, I'm letting it out. I've never seen a therapist about this. This is my time to let it out.
There you go!
I can tell you feel better. Take the couch.
Oh my God. John was a person that would stretch the boundaries.
All right, GP, now we've talked about your toughest matchup. being John Stockton.
Right.
Because you said he was so smart. What was it about him in a game situation that you just couldn't put your finger on as a defender?
The first beginning when I started playing against him, and I told Zeke this all the time, I hate that I didn't get to play against him or Magic. You know what I'm saying? I only had 2 seasons against them, and they were at the tail end of their thing. So John was really the one that now was taking over everything. And what it was, I used to always go into games thinking that I was going to psych everybody out. I was going to talk crazy to everybody and tell them. He wouldn't talk to me. He wouldn't even look at me. You know what I'm saying? So I think we were so silly and we were so dumb that we knew the film on him. We kept saying he was dirty, but we knew what he was going to do. And when he did it, we let him do it like a dumb.
Now, the next category that we're going to take a look at is John Stockton's scoring ability. And this, to me, is a category that often gets overlooked. Of course, he never was averaging like 25 to 30 points a game simply because he was a pass-first point guard. But he could score. He was very good when it comes to shooting. And also, he was a very efficient scorer.
I feel like he shoot it and key points of the game only when it's necessary, when it needed to count. And that's just being a team player, you know what I'm saying? Not chasing stats, you know, not trying to be bigger than what he is, but humbly just doing what he does to effectively benefit the overall objective of the team, which is to win the game.
Only a good three-point shooter and a good mid-range shooter, but he could also penetrate.
There's their theme song. We came to play. Higgins with the first miss by Warrior. Eaton got the rebound off to Stockton. Utah on the run. John Stockton.
I talked to him before the game. He said, I'm not guaranteeing anything. And that shows that he may be feeling a lot more pressure.
So if I would have to rank John Stockton in my all-time point guard list, and I know it's a very unpopular opinion, but John Stockton to me is the best point guard of all time, simply because he was great on both ends of the floor. But hey, that's just my opinion. So you please post your opinion underneath the comments, underneath the video. I would really be interested to see what you guys have to say. And that was it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time on the Basketball Time Machine. Take care and goodbye.
That was my first time family ever watching John Stockton. First time, first video. Comment down below any other legendary top of the boot John Stockton videos you guys want me to react to. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give this video a big thumbs up, man. Helps crush the YouTube algorithm, and it's totally free. I just feel like he was a very key player to the Utah Jazz, especially for doing key, making key moves and you know, scoring on key times of the game. That when it really counted, when it really needed to count, under pressure. Especially against the legendary great Michael Jordan and so forth. And get this video a big thumbs up, man. Helps crush the YouTube algorithm. It's totally free. Let the love supersede the hate, family. And on that note, family, peace.